Oh, I just love that I did this. Should have done it a long time ago. But I thought we were moving sooner than that. And now I realize the house has to get ready for what's to come. That's another reason why I'm working so hard, but that doesn't belong there. You know, I love that thing. It's got two wheels. I need to have someone fix that back wheel. I've tried. I need probably someone that might be able to weld, because it just kind of wobbles sometimes. I have to be really careful with it. I love that thing. A neighbor was getting rid of it, and I went down there and grabbed it. I have new cushions for it, and I want to eventually paint it different, depending. Well, maybe not. Maybe all white because of the cushions. I originally was going to do a pink, baby pink with all of this. But now that I know things are coming to a head, I'm going to leave it white. I'm going to leave it white because looking at all of the cushions that I bought, some last year, a couple this year, white will go better with everything because it's very tropical. So what I need to do is bring that back here and this little chair and that table out there after the sunflowers are planted. That'll look real pretty. It'll look real pretty. The whole yard will look really nice once I get it done. And over here in the corner, I need to make my teepee today and start taking stuff down, especially back here. And I probably need to dig up, yeah, I do, some of those. As you see, they come right up on the wall, and I have to cut them back, so I will save them because I need to relocate them and propagate them in the front, in front of the windows after I paint the house. That's where they're going. And then I need to make my teepee. My teepee needs to get made this morning. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, late this afternoon, and into the evening. Boy, my herbs are thriving over there. I need to bring the kale over there and the lettuce. As of right now, I have a heavy screen on them so they don't get burned up because it's been 86, 87 every day. And that sun is hot. They can't take that. So I have a heavy screen over them. But if I put them over there, under that tree, they'll do much better. In partial sun, I do need to cut back this tree. I'm going to ask John, my yard guy, to do that this month. It might help me a lot. Although I have to probably get on the roof and cut that down. I don't know if he'll do it. It's touching the roof, you can see it. Before I paint, I have to do that. So that's going to be done before I paint. And then I'll ask him to do the rest of it. I don't want the canopy cut to the point where it's not overflowing like that. I just need it cut back. You see how long they're getting. It's been since 2017. That tree was cut back by the professional tree people in 2017. So it's time. What's this, 26? That's almost 10 years. Right after the Hurricane Irma. Because I noticed how that tree had so many branches that were touching the house when it was blowing during the hurricane because it was like this. So it took 10 years for it to come back like that. It was like this before. They cut it all back. So if they just cut it back where it's not hanging down so much, but hanging down enough, let it grow another 10 years. And that whole section got to be cut back from the roof. That's a priority. There's a lot of priorities around here. You see me working pretty hard. My back hurts from laying these pavers. Oh, does my back hurt. That's a lot of lifting. And then I also moved Piney myself. Piney's got to go back there. I should have never moved Piney. She wouldn't be sunburned. You see, the reason she's brown at the bottom is she's sunburned. Because I moved her over here and then we went through a drought. No matter how much water I gave her, she just couldn't take that hot sun that year. That was last year. But she still has growth down here. So this is why I don't cut all of this off. Although you see little bits coming out. I'm going to save all of these. And the reason being, I'll cut this little stuff off. This even had some greenery. I'll cut that little stuff off, but I want to save probably to about here. Yeah, all of those, because you can put ornaments on them. I just didn't do it this year. Yeah, this place will look great. And then it'll be something that we can teach from, educate from, and it'll be the history. This is the 911 Tesla house. And the other house that Jose had, I know we purchased already. That's the Al-Qaeda house. And they took down the sign for Dolphin Aviation. And I know that is also owned by a company out of New York. And I know how the president did this, family. Just want to let you know, that's what's coming. There's a real market crash coming. I have been warning. I thought it would happen, years ago. The way they made it sound, I really wish they would have never done that 5 years ago to let everybody believe they're moving right away and the market's going to crash right away. Really, I think that was a major mistake in everything that they did. I know they wanted to wake up society, but we should have never done it 5 years ago, had I known, but they didn't tell me. Had I known, I wouldn't have done that. Because it's like crying wolf. Now is the real crash. You're going to start seeing, the oil prices increase 150, 200. That will affect everything. And then you will see banks starting to sell off their silver and their gold, which will cause more of a crash. And it's a worldwide crash. The quantum system comes in for 209 countries. It's a worldwide crash. So everyone pay attention. If you want to save your money, I will tell you right now, the advice I was given, take your money and put it into silver. It was $84 yesterday. You do not want the silver certificate. You want the physical ounces. $84 per ounce. By the end of the year, it's going to skyrocket. That is how you can preserve your monies right now. I sure hope my father will start to listen to me. I have a saying, even Jesus couldn't wake his family. I sure hope I get to wake mine. I know that my uncle's in metals and things like that. I need my dad to turn around and do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get him to do that, but we have to try. So that goes out to all of you. The market crash is very real. I would suggest everyone listen to Michael Jaco. He is military. He gets his intelligence straight down from the president through JFK Jr. and many others. And Onassis, George Onassis, who was the old JFK Jr. Yeah, they truly stole the real JFK Jr.'s identity, and he was a twin. And the twin didn't die. But so is Onassis, I believe. We'll hear more of the story of JFK Jr., the real one, and Onassis, George Onassis, who played JFK Jr. until he died in the plane crash. And he was a pilot, and he died, and this is God's timeline. And then I come up and start my flight training in 2000. And I was there to catch it all with George Bush in Sarasota. And I profiled them all because they used my airline to take 12 men to Buffalo to destabilize the Middle East that never committed this. The buildings were pre-wired, and I was profiling for years. I'm not going to go through it again, but it is very real. As I caught them all and I took it to President Trump. This is why I started with him the day after he came down the escalator. 11 years ago in June. That's the real story. And it connects everything. Now you understand. We really did buy the old shell factory. Mom and Dad, I'm going to have a monkey sanctuary and an animal sanctuary for my humanitarian projects. Besides freeing everyone in America and on this planet with technology and giving them med beds, Starlink technology will come. That is the new system under blockchain technology. The internet will be different. It is no longer going to be the Wild West after the crash and when the quantum comes in. Free electricity, free internet. That is my humanitarian projects along with the animals. I mean, it's big. It's big. I'm categorizing them into 3. But there's a lot more humanitarian projects than just that. I'm just categorizing it into technology. Let's just leave it at that. But it's free internet, med beds, electricity, just to start. Just to start. And the animals. Thank you, President Trump. You are my real Tesla dad behind the scenes. You've been helping this family. You saved Dad's life by bringing in Dr. D'Souza. They will find all of this out. My dad is the only one right now that is having a hard time realizing all of this is truth. He's the only one. The rest of the family understands. Have a good day. I'm back to doing work around here, and I've got the paint. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. It's a real pretty pink. And then I'll do all the trim. Probably a lighter pink. A baby pink. Because I got more of a bubblegum pink going on the house. It's got more purple in it, and I'll do a baby pink for all the trim. It'll look nice. That's what I plan on working on this whole month, is this house. As this crash is coming, I don't want to be watching it every day as I've lived it. And I know when it starts to happen, it's now. It's after what looks like World War III and all of these countries getting involved, including the takeovers of some of the countries. Because we have lead countries such as Russia, China, America. There will be 10 countries at least underneath each country. There are 209 countries that are going to the new golden age quantum system, as the president calls it. And underneath the countries that are lead countries, you will have your less known, countries. They have to have representation. The Antarctic is an ancient civilization, many of them in inner Earth that we were never told about above the 86th parallel. All of this technology is real. Not everyone can get land around the Antarctic. And that's another reason why we have to do it like this. You need representation. Some countries are third world countries. We have to take care of them. That's part of this humanitarian project. That's why this is a realignment, a reevaluation, a reset on this planet. Yeah, that's what's coming. The crash is here. It will start now. Listen to Michael Jaco. He's military and he's getting his intelligence straight down from people like General Flynn, who is a cousin to Donald J. Trump, and George Onassis, JFK. They're all related. Well, Onassis, I don't think is related, actually. It's the real JFK, David Quigley. I don't know how that goes. We're going to learn about the heritage besides being the son of Ari Onassis and his mother Maria. I know that they've had a pretty hard life of what they've lived, all of them. And God bless them. Have a good day, family.